Hello, friends. It is I, Brian Cranston, man of the people and indie developer warrior. Now, one of the questions I get asked all the time by my fans is, Cranston, when it comes time to review one of your superior games, how do you go about it? And is there any way to ensure you get a good score? Well, today I have decided to pull back the curtain of secrets and reveal to you what happens when it's time to have a score associated with a video game. It's how to get journalists to write good video game reviews in 5 easy steps. Step number 5. Make sure you have a lot of money. Before you go about getting a game reviewed, you must make sure you have a lot of money so you can pay off the journalist who is going to be reviewing said game. By using this method, you'll not only guarantee yourself a good score, but you will also become very buddy-buddy with the journo doing the review. Let's see it in action.
Yep.
Hello, Stephen. It's Brian Cranston here. As you may know, my new indie game, The Lonely Dragon, is out for release soon, and I wanted to make sure I could secure a good score from you.
A good review? Nah, you know the rate. Come on.
Well, as you may know, my Metacritic rating is through the roof, and I'd like to keep it that way. So let's say a 9 out of 10. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'll see you at the Saddle Ranch.
Yes. See you at E3 too, for drinks and beverages.
All right, man. See ya. What an asshole.
Step number 4. If you get a score you don't want, bully the journalist into changing it. Sometimes there is an issue with finances and a journalist goes rogue and tries to review a game for real. I mean, what the hell is that about? When this happens, a good option is to put pressure on the journalist and hope that you can try and make him change his score. Let us take a look at this in action.
Brian, we've been over this. I can't do that because it's not ethical.
You have done this to me, Brian Cranston.
Whatever.
How dare you give one of my games a 6 out of 10? Me, Brian Cranston. I put my blood, I put my sweat, and I put my tears into it. How dare you review it so low?
Brian, that's just how it goes sometimes. You put something out there and people don't like it. You just move on.
You listen to me. You listen to Cranston. If you do not give me the score that I want, you will not have access to my new indie game, Diplomacy Overload, and I will stop advertising with you.
That's blackmail.
That's Cranston mail. Step number 3. Send potential reviewers tat that they'll wear in vines. Games journalists are poor, so they often have little to no money to buy clothing. They cannot buy the niceties that I, Brian Cranston, can, so sending them free things will allow them to cover up their unkempt and dirty bodies. If you send them t-shirts and hoodies with your game's logo on it, not only will they accidentally advertise the game for you, but they will secretly fall in love with said game without even realizing it. Fast forward 2 months and Bob is your uncle, and that game is on the fast path to Ninesville. Step number 2. Pretend to be friends with journalists. Another downside to games journalism is never-ending loneliness. Because these sheep spend every waking hour hurling insults at each other in Call of Duty and debating whether DLC is a dangerous precedent for the industry, they can't go out to socialize. They have no friends. I, Brian Cranston, a man with lots of friends, seek to exploit this weakness by pretending to be one of these friends. Friends don't give friends bad video game scores, so when all else seems glum, go find a new chum. Step number 1. Develop a good game and let it speak for itself. This is a perfectly acceptable option, but all video game journalists are corrupt, so why bother? It's a waste of time, I tell you. So take that effort and put it into becoming a shill. Once again, I, Brian Cranston have shown you the way. So don't say I never do anything for you. Please join me next week as I hurl some abuse at an unsuspecting developer to show I know what I'm doing. Now, let's all sit back and watch the trailer for my latest indie game, The Lonely Dragon. Cranston out!
Loneliness is not controlled. Loneliness is not defined. Loneliness is not just for humans. The Lonely Dragon, an indie game by me, Brian Cranston. Even dragons can be lonely.